Obviously I've known about the dress thing for some time, and I think you guys would be a little surprised because it's kind of like the worst kept secret in the commentary community. I don't know too many people that didn't know. Here's the thing, and I'm not giving how I know who, what, where, when, and how, and I've never seen the picture, and I don't think most people have seen the picture. Anybody saying they've seen it, they probably didn't.
Never seen the picture myself.
You never seen the picture?
Yeah,
you see the Jeannie, you see it?
Neither have I.
I don't think anybody's seen it. And I know it's going to get twisted in. Everybody in commentary is a total bastard. But the thought at the time, if I remember correctly, and I'm simply going by memory, this stuff broke, I think, in between the point where I was approached and told that, Bowblax really suffering here. But that suffering turned out to be a bunch of horseshit. It was the BPD stuff. Right? I can't remember if that's the case, if I heard about that at the same time or just after I got home from Spain. I don't know how relevant that is, but here's the thing. When it was found out, and I was pretty sure it was real, everybody was talking about making videos on Bowblax, doing streams on Bowblax. Everybody was really, really pissed off at him at the time. This is even before the whole Tommy C. Pills things, which is the kind of thing that put me over the ass. And it's like, I gave what I gave to Nick after that. I was like, that guy, he comes up and he apologizes to me over the Mama Mac stuff. He's told me everything's been good a million freaking times. I know that he would gladly feast on my corpse if I screwed up somehow. Tommy, do you have a picture? No. I don't think anybody has it. I don't know. I don't even know who's seen it. I don't know who's seen it except other than I guess Connor, who admitted they saw it. And I never had a conversation with Connor about it. You know what? I'm gonna go right to your tweet, Matt. And Matt really hit it dead on the head. Let's be real. If Augie sent a Bowblax a picture of him in dress, Bowblax would be screenshotting the fuck out of it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's 100% true. And that's why I don't feel that bad. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't feel that bad about the whole thing. The people I know who knew about it are the ones that told me about it. No one's ever going to believe this, but it happened. As mad as everybody was at Bowblax, is that as much as everybody wanted to expose him, it was kind of agreed on universally that everybody was leaving that one off the list. That it was just too much. And as much as you might all see us as like right-wing lunatics, most of us right-wing lunatics don't think it's wrong to expose somebody for their sexuality. And I'm one of them. No, it was a bridge too far. There was enough there to get out there. There was enough backstabbiness. Whether he wore a dress or not, it didn't affect anything. The feeling at the time is it was too much, but if it came out, that's his ass. He put himself in this position. He's put himself in all these positions. That's all I know. The only thing I can't remember is when I first heard it, it was before I heard about the Tommy C. Fills and all the backstabbing, the BPD, and I was like, oh God, poor guy. It was nothing but, from my perspective, is he going to be okay? That's what happened. It was kind of considered, don't touch this. And the weird thing is, and this point, there are some people that knew about it, that absolutely hate him, that were A-logging him, and still didn't do it, which shocked the shit out of me. I can't believe it's taken this long. I really can't. I mean, you guys all knew it, right?
Yeah, I knew of it. I think there was a bunch of people that people you wouldn't want to know that knew, like you said.
God. And they didn't do it. Yeah, they didn't do it. They didn't do anything. So this is one thing I want to point out in the commentary community. Like, we're bastards with shit, and a lot of us have no problem with eating each other. Bowblax is one of those guys. Absolutely, for sure. But for some strange reason, this whole thing was kind of kept on the DL. Connor is such a piece of shit. We worked on content, talking to each other daily for most of 2024 and became good friends. Well, you guys you guys were good for years, I thought. He started asking me about how he's doing. I was very comfortable with him because we talked so much, and I felt it was safe to come out with him as non-binary. I then showed him an image of me in a dress. It sort of reminds me of like what Bowblax said to me, because I was goofing on his autism, and he said to me, I kind of regret telling everybody I was autistic.
They would have found out eventually. Like, Jesus.
Yeah, we're on it,
Because this is the most retarded thing I've ever heard. Like, hey, I'm in this community where everybody makes fun of people being retards and doing crazy things like dressing up in a dress.
Yeah.
How about I send a picture of myself in a dress?
If you wanted Bowblax in a dress, I can always send him an old maid outfit and totally lost a bet and had to wear it on stream. Connor of all people, aren't Augie and Connor kind of right-wing religious people?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have better chance than me.
They're busy with Bible studies. I mean, Connor and Augie are busy with fucking Bible studies.
Yeah.
Instead of being worried about the non-binary community.
Yeah. Well, one of the reasons
on the off-tails of Keffels.
No,
if the timelines match, this is on the off-tails of the whole Keffels stuff.
I don't tell my news team everything, but the reason I told Ginny, and because I was absolutely sure this wouldn't last 48 hours before it came out some way or one other. I was like, just keep your eyes on it and let me know so I can prepare to deal with it. And I'm pretty sure at the time, that was before the Tommy C. Pills thing. Before I saw that, I was more like, maybe we'll cut him a break and not go so hard on him. I'm not dumping on somebody because of sexuality. I'm going to make goofing on gay stuff and transgender stuff, but not with any kind of malice or hate. It's just, stereotypes like anything else. One of my IRL queer friends, to let him know that IRL people accepted me and gave me the idea of gender. I guarantee when he saw that Bowblax, he was like, Holy shit. I deleted it after I replied for safety reasons. You know what the weird thing is? Like, I've talked about this before. There was a commercial about posting stuff on the internet when I was in the Army. I think it was made by the Army, warn the brat. Don't do that. So there's a teenage girl and she's in a swimsuit. And then she goes up to the school bulletin board and she posts it there. And she looks at it and she goes, nah, not a good idea. And she goes to pull the picture off the bulletin board and there's one behind it. And there's another one behind it. And then she's going, right? And then all the kids start coming up and start laughing at her and pointing at her. And the last thing they tell you, don't post your stuff online. It's permanent once it's there. And then the last scene, like the creepy janitor comes over and takes one off like this. It's a great commercial. I should find it. I think it was an Army commercial, you know. So that was a really good commercial. Yeah. Apparently, Connor showed a bunch of my ex-friends diminished by. I wonder if that was. See, here's the thing. I don't know. Like, I don't know if it was before or after a deleted clip, knowing I didn't want anyone else to see it at the image. Buddy. Even in painting Epstein's house, Bill Clinton wearing a blue dress. That's what I imagine the picture looks like.
Oh, yeah, I saw it, yeah.
I didn't want anyone else to know about the image. He had screenshotted it instantly and lied to my face for weeks and continued to pretend to be my friend. I only ever showed one other person.
Who could that be?
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Connor. You know.
In fairness, the one person he could show, probably all he had to do is just put the phone over like a couple inches.
Yeah,
like,
and then showed it all. Yeah.
I'm
gonna stick up for Bowblax. He shouldn't have showed the picture if he was really his friend. That's kind of El Connor, if you ask me. But whatever. Bowblax would have done it to him in a finger snap, and it wouldn't have mattered if it was all year Bowblax. Pretty clear 100%. By his. Yeah. Oh, just wouldn't even no hesitation. Remember when I got in trouble with Amory, and he's like, "How did I miss this?" You know,
new Twitter versus.
Yeah, I mean, like he did the same thing with LT Cobra, right? Back in the day, he had like dropped a video, LT Tommy C versus LT Cobra.
Yeah,
or something like immediately.
He didn't sweep for anybody because he was a backstabbing little prick, just like I told everybody in 2019. You know, we just kind of tolerated that. You know, most of these people. I have no part in spreading it more than that. Josh could have at least reached out to me to verify things before making this post. I don't think he owes you that. I mean, so what? You showed somebody. It was whatever. I don't think he owes you that. By the way, this is being portrayed as I guess Queeman knew it from the very beginning, and I don't know. Like I don't know if he did or not. To be perfectly honest with you. Or I'd love to know when this was recorded.
Months before, during the what was that chat? What was that guy who was like kissing feet or some shit?
Yeah,
it was like back in May or April, May, June, something like that.
April. All right, then he did call it because that's way before it was known. Okay.
Yeah, no, this is.
I don't want to see you in the dress, but.
Yeah.
I don't want to see you in a dress, okay? But like,
that's what you're getting at. You're getting.
He called it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was during the Chugga.
Yeah, that was like in August. No, he knew. That was in August.
This was during this was during the Chugga Conroy drama. This was before Bowblax's weird crash out and everything.
Okay.
Fucking Queeman just fucking Babe Ruthed it, just pointed up in the stands and called a shot and just home run over center field.
You know why he said show Augie? Because he knew Augie was going to see it anyway.
Roommates.
You know, maybe Josh, now I'm thinking about it, maybe Josh does owe him an apology because if he showed it, like, this is kind of Josh lying because if he told Connor to show it, that means he didn't have to quick screenshot it. So he had Bowblax lying again. Come to think of it, now I'm thinking about it. Think about that. Here, Bowblax, what did he say? What did he say? So I really do I owe Connor an apology. He had to have screenshotted it instantly. So that's a lie. Because you told him, why would he have to do that? You told him to show it to somebody, you dipshit.
If you would told me a year ago, you have Bowblax and Tipster. One of these guys are going to be wearing a dress. Which one is it? I would have not guessed Bowblax.
Yeah, I would have.
No, I had to put a Bowblax before Tipster. Tipster's too fat. And Nick, just because Bowblax's mouth revealed his gender identity, we're also acknowledging about these photos at the time the leaks were coming out. Bowblax was telling anyone who would listen that he was non-binary, including not limited to myself. Connor at Alex Gekmo. That's
yeah, you told Alex Gekmo.
Yeah, all right. I want to point this out right here. I want to point this out. Look at the list of people who knew and didn't pull the card even when they were angry. Alex, that's like a biggest Bowblax hater ever, right?
Hold on. Now he's saying that he was non-binary. I don't know if they saw the dress or not, or if they knew about the dress or not. I don't know if Alex. I know Connor did, obviously, but I don't know. I know Nick did. I don't know.
Yeah, I know Alex
knew about the dress.
Gekmo,
Probably. Smackle knew. They probably knew.
Everybody I knew. Everybody I knew.
I think.
You want to blame anybody? Blame Chud. He did.
I was one of the last ones to hear about it.
Chud?
Hello.
Who's there?
No, me. I think I was one of the last ones to hear about it.
Nick?
We all knew about the dress, but I think the main takeaway is that Connor was the only one I believe who was the dress. Yeah, that's what people are arguing, I guess. Because, like, obviously it got around, but yeah, like, by the time that we were all fighting with Bowblax, the whole community had known about this, which is actually super funny because, like, none of us released it.
I know, isn't that great? Well, that's why I want to. Everybody's going to call us bastards, and we are. But I mean, it was kind of like the way I was explaining to me. I was basically told like we're not going that far, and it was like, do you agree with that? And I was like, yes.
Well, if you remember, we didn't even want to leak the non-binary stuff at all until Josh
did it himself.
Yeah. Bowblax is the one who leaked it.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, I think the thing is that, like, yeah, he was just telling everybody everything. He was sporadic. The thing is like, oh, I thought I was just coming clean to a few of my friends or whatever and telling them about my life.
It's a lie, I guess. Yeah.
He's just oversharing to everyone. Augie in particular, like that part of the story doesn't add up. Why did he say that he put the picture there and deleted it?
As I just said,
because he didn't want it to be seen.
You must be said because he lied.
Permission to show it to Augie. Yeah,
because he lied. Because he lied. Yeah, I figured that. I just said that before he came on. Because he lied.
And we all know that, like, it's not a big reveal. We knew he shopped at Victoria's Secret. We knew he was non-binary. Everyone's seen the account called Bending the Binary, where he gave, like, a full descriptor on what he actually wanted. And then, like, also, he said that he had long hair because he was trying to present more feminine. Like, nobody found out that Bowblax... I guess they found out he cross-dresses for sure, but no, people had their assumptions that was occurring already, with, like, things to point in that direction. It's not like this is a huge unveiling.
So are you
one equals dress?
Are you undermining Queeman's Babe Ruth point out to the park?
No, that was still way before.
That was real.
Yeah.
No, Queeman didn't know about that.
No, he did not. He definitely didn't know.
People messaging me being like, "What the fuck did you tell him?" And I'm like, I didn't tell him anything. And I started probing him after. He probably remembers this. I'm just like, so what do you know? And he's like, oh, that was a total guess, mate. I was like, oh.
Now I do. Now I know.
So he literally just...
Thanks, Nick.
I thought I played it well. You could ask him if he started suspecting anything, but he's never, ever said anything like that again. So I didn't come away from the conversation.
So it was like an ad hom. It was just name calling Bowblax what he was doing.
Well, the thing is, we're talking about non-binary. We're talking about... Actually, that was before non-binary, wasn't it?
When was that argument? Because I thought it was during the Chugga Conroy stuff. Am I wrong?
That conversation where he asked him that question was like the first day when me and Bowblax were on the stream and Chud was pressing Josh.
Okay, so I'm wrong about the timeline. So
so when was that?
Like right before
we were talking about like
down.
the King of Nothing clip, and then Chud, and then Queeman came on there and fought with him, and then Josh was acting sporadic, and it just kind of ballooned from there. But this was like this is like day one.
Yeah.
It's like in like September, right? Like maybe like early September.
Well, it was September. It was September. Fucking Queeman probably knew because it was all out by September. So I don't.
No, it was. I think it was before.
Before.
No, I don't think Queeman knew until Chud said it.
Yeah.
I don't think Queeman ever found out.
But it was in September. But I mean, God, so many people knew.
Yeah, everybody
must
behind the
tell
scenes.
them.
Everybody knew.
It was July, August. When it was July, he probably called the shot. It was August. He didn't.
It's funny. Tipster's defending Connor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it sounds like Josh again.
Josh lied. I think he lied.
He came out. He started talking shit. Well, I think he panicked at 2 a.m. I think he found out about it and he had a fucking meltdown and he panicked and then he woke up the next day thinking like, oh, okay, this is gonna like make me look good or whatever if I say this. And then
or maybe let me be generous. Let me be generous. Oh, I did tell him to show doggy. You know, it could have been something.
Yeah,
like
it could
that.
be.
Yeah.
Very well could be the case. But again, I just think he saw Jim and Ralph's tweets and said like, oh my god.
Oh, he's going to Kiwi Farms now. He's going right down to Kiwi Farms Avenue.
He's on Kiwi Farms.
That already happened.
He's got a friend.
Already happened. But yeah, no, the fucking Jim tweet was one of the most disgusting, and I'm not like insulting Jim for saying this. I'm saying it is a grueling image in my mind.
Oh, I got it here. I got it.
Yeah, but which one do you have? There's two.
Oh, really? Let me see if I can get it up here. Part of the YouTube commentary community, he makes videos reading Twitter. Nick DeOrio told me the reason the pic was so funny is because Bowblax is bent over wearing panties, said shithole stables, horse entrance, shithouse stables, horse entrance only on the back, which of course he made up, right? You never said that.
Yeah, of course. That's a terrible.
No, Tommy, it's real. Like, come on.
Tommy, there is a artist rendition of the photo if you want to see it.
I think I have seen it. I think I have that.
Yeah.
ready to go here somewhere.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck Sonic.
Well, I watched Nick's, not Nick's, Turkey Tom's video on Narcissa, right? And she was a lolcow, but he wasn't a lolcow in the traditional way. He at first it was kind of explained that maybe he went nuts because that girl was cheating on him, and then I heard it's the reason she was cheating on him is because it wasn't mutual sexually.
Well, people like that are always weird. It's a game. What are they called? The speed gamers or whatever.
Yeah, he's one of the greatest speedrunners of all time. Yeah. This guy's one of the best of all time.
Yeah. It's like Dark Viper. Like they're all retarded. They're all like socially retarded.
Yeah, Tommy said to me, speedrunners are cool. I said, no, they're not. Okay.
I know we're just sitting here 5 days out from the plushie not selling. It's gonna expire. I think what is it on the 6th?
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't sell out?
Oh no, it's at like 44.
I thought it means its way to the top.
What was he thinking about that?
I think he's delusional, and I'm hoping he's just being fed stupid shit by people. Like I could totally see Owen's weird stories and some of his other friends sitting around being like, "Come on, Josh, you could do this." They're all just lying to you. You are as talented as you think you are. And then he's like, "Yeah, I guess I am," and he just keeps getting the shit beaten out of him over and over again.
Hey, buddy.
That's how I like to think about it happening, but I just don't know. He's like a crazy delusional schizophrenic.
If he keeps responding to this drama, it's just he's gonna be flamenco. Basically, like Flamenco couldn't stop himself from responding. Like, yeah, I guess he is.
Did you see that? Like the other day on New Year's Eve, he posted like a positive clip somebody made of him on Reddit, and then like thanked them individually, and it got like a total of 12 likes. I've noticed that Josh only retweets things on his timeline because his tweets don't get likes anymore, so he feeds it with like large liked tweet. You ever see that when people start to lose a little relevance? Yeah. They just fucking spam retweets so you don't see that their own shit gets no engagement. That's where he is.
I don't know. I've never looked that closely, but I guess you're right.
Damn, dude. Nick is like a scientist with social media. Jeez,
he is.
Have you seen that? Because you look at your tweets and you'll go like 16 likes, 20 likes, 24 likes, and then you just retweet 5 things, and now, oh wow, look at this. Yeah, he's got like tons of likes.
Yeah, retweet low like stuff.
I was talking to Tom last night. I was having a conversation with him, and we were talking about like, YouTube, money, income, and I mean, this guy easily made like over $100,000. In like the easiest niche I've ever seen on YouTube. I think he said that he went balls to the wall and spent an entire month grinding as hard as he could, and he made over 20 grand to pay his taxes. And I'm just sitting here wondering, like, he did YouTube for like 5 years, right?
High level.
It's probably closer to several $100,000. How did 1 month put this guy to the point where he was begging? What the fuck happened?
Spending all
autism. He probably spent all the money.
He definitely spent it all. I just
That doesn't surprise me.
Bought a dress.
No, I don't like
listen, I spend a lot of money. I don't know how to spend that much money. I don't know what I'd spend it on.
Well, it's like Jalen. Didn't Jalen spend all their money on like
Funko Pops?
Funko Pops, yeah.
It just, I can't imagine being in a position where like one bad month means I have to start begging my friends for money or whatever. Like while I'm like a full-time YouTuber.
You don't have an intellectual disability.
Yeah, that's true.
You make a good point too, because he had that, like, not only, but even with his videos to the side, he was having a really good run on live streams with Tipster, covering Tipster. He was getting donations.
Yeah,
he was making money. Yeah.
He made more than I ever did.
He didn't account for the hundreds of thousands of views that he was getting for fucking 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. It's just like, I don't know how
he's beating you and me and fucking Augie on views count. It's a little harder to get people in there.
I mean, you'd think he was dating a hell of a lot more than he told us about if he was losing that much money. You know what I mean? Like,
they do have the taxes over there are ridiculous, though, in fairness. But I mean, still.
Oh, I can't imagine they're worse than here. I'm paying like.
Oh, they are. They're like almost. They're well over 50.
I just wonder how the shift is right now, like how he's gone from like one to the other, like that stage of his life to now, and how that he's managing. It's just like a fascinating concept for me.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's got an intellectual disability. He never should have left his parents' house. He obviously, I mean, it really doesn't surprise me. I gotta be honest, it doesn't surprise me at all.
It doesn't surprise me, and this is gonna sound horrible.
Yeah.
I understand that it sounds horrible, but there was one time when Josh overshared a story where he told us that like his parents were worried that he couldn't have pets because he'd fuck them up. Now, we always made jokes that was more of a literal, not a like a hypothetical.
Hypothetical, yeah.
But like, I kind of get it now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was one of those. He was one of those guys that probably like freaked out and started hitting himself.
I
in the
bet
head
his
over and
parents
over.
didn't know how much money he was making.
Well, he probably realized it when he got a place or whatever, which was good. But like,
Well, they should have, like, if
also
they
probably
didn't
living
know
above-
and he showed up with a Tesla, they should have been like, whoa.
and again,
you
he
know?
didn't buy that Tesla when I bought the Tesla. He bought a shittier Tesla than me when they were at their most expensive. When they didn't have any, like, he probably paid like 60 grand for that thing. It's just like insane. I hope it got him loads of pussy.
Well, I think that's what it is. I think more so than the money. The money was just like, oh, money's there, I can spend it, you know. Because I can always go next door and get something to eat, kind of the way you looked at it, and like, nobody ever taught him to do it.
Oh god, this guy lived on Uber Eats, dude. He didn't go anywhere.
I've been doing that since
No, this guy was paying fucking 25% tips to Uber Eats for 2 years, guaranteed. Uber One, bro.
Ralph's on it now too, huh?
Ralph's on it. The thing is, as soon as Bowblax started tweeting about it, suddenly I saw people talking about it.
I want to ask Bowblax something because he's probably watching. Am I the worst person in the world now? I mean,
you vexed him.
Well, you know, another thing is when open folders came out, and this is why I'm not terribly surprised. I mean, fucking like Verse was making fun of him during that time. I remember he says, "You have this. You have this. I do have this." And he says, "I would never forget that." That's when it was abundantly clear to me that he was very ill.
Like, you have to compartmentalize this. He would often be around Tom and Augie, and people would think, oh, okay, this is a 17, 18-year-old, 19-year-old guy, until you kind of take the glasses off and realize that me and him are the same age.
Yeah,
He gets along well with the 18-year-olds.
Yeah, I mean, like that's just like his capacity. It's fucking
To be
mental
clear,
capacity,
I'm
dude.
revoking Bowblax's one-time Killstream co-host position many years ago. Well, didn't you point out that all these right-wing guys are like, they want to see the dress the most, and they're supposed to be so disgusted by it?
I don't think it's Ralph, but
Yeah,
I
Ralph.
see like a bunch of really weird like 10-follower accounts being like, let me see the cock. Let me see the cock. Show me your ass.
It is always a right-wing guy. It's like the NCAA used to go and take away championships and shit. How long till the picture of the press comes out? I don't think it'll come out.
I don't even think it's on my hard drive. I don't think either of them are on my hard drive.
And you haven't seen it, correct?
I have seen it.
Oh, you
absolutely.
have seen it. You have seen it.
Oh, I have seen it.
Oh.
I've seen both of them, yeah.
Hey, both?
There's two.
Yes, there's two?
There's two.
Wait, both?
I got my profile, and I got using like the side profile, and
Can you at least describe?
Well, that's
them?
why it doesn't really make sense to me, because like he sent one of them to Connor, and it was like him posing next to a picture of Keemstar saying he was owning him, and neither of us understood what that meant.
What?
I'm owning Keemstar right now in a dress, guys.
Yeah, that's why none of this story just doesn't make any sense to me, dude. I'm sorry, it makes no fucking sense. Like I was self-conscious, then it was just him in a dress with a picture of Keemstar on the
He's
screen.
20.
Like, I'm owning you right now.
I hope he doesn't 27. He's 27,
Hey, describe
right?
the second one.
He's 27, right?
Yeah, he's my age.
Yeah, I think so.
That's when everybody loses it.
That's why it just doesn't make any sense. You have two paths. You either become profitable or go to Bowblaxville. I don't like that's what happens when you turn 27. Isn't that like the thing where like schizophrenia actually sets in at 27, 28?
Yeah, when it no,
that's
that's
like
when
a
it's
thing.
that's when it's like over.
Yeah, that's
Um,
when it's like it becomes
it's
uncontrollable.
over.
Like it
you
just.
know? You show signs all the way through, and then it's out of control.
I'm diagnosing him right. For my legal opinion, he's schizophrenic.
Tyrone gave this massive in-depth rundown on people with autism. He came on our recording. He talked for like 20 minutes on it. But basically what he tried to explain was when someone with autism, why there's so many people with autism that are turning trans is because they have their arrested development allows them to continue to think they're children, but they're growing older. They're getting beards. They're getting more manly looking. They're getting hairy, and they don't want to do that. They want to go back to like that smooth,
That safe area.
childlike appearance.
Well, I
So
think
then
everybody
they
goes
start-
through that to some extent as they become an
but
adult.
with autism,
but they don't.
it becomes. I'm not talking about becoming an adult like puberty. I'm talking about becoming when you're 27.
Yeah. Like you have to take care of yourself. You know, it's like that that blurry face, and I care what you think.
Yeah.
That song's about
They
like
want to,
wanting to go back at some level to high school.
and they want to revert back to that like childlike image. So they start interacting with more like trans stuff because they start taking hormones, and their beard doesn't grow, and they start looking more feminine. But in reality, it's like they want to go back to childhood. I'm definitely paraphrasing what he said.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not trying to end up on a list or get myself in trouble here, but I would love to see a graph that correlates the number of transgender people from the age of 18 to 25 and their usage of Discord. That's not to say that I think that this is like an inherent like
what does that make me?
operation that's occurring. I do think it's very possible that a group of like-minded individuals would be drawn to each other and they'd feel more, able to express themselves in these Discord communities. But there are also cases like Aiden where he was like hanging out in these weird circles or whatever, and they convinced this fucking 14-year-old kid he was gay until the day he turned 18.
I still think he's gay.
Well, it doesn't really work for my narrative, Matt, if he's still gay. But like, I'm just saying, we had an 18-year-old kid come out and be like, yeah, I actually, dude, I love women. What the fuck? I've been telling everybody I was gay for 4 years or whatever. I do wonder how much of this is just, you know, people who are like-minded who can't come forward because they live in weird places or they wouldn't be accepted in society, or how many of it is just like, I'm autistic and 25 years old and I need to make new friends.
That's kind of sad, though.
I
don't hate him that much. I really don't.
Like, do you think
No,
there'd be
I think
this many
Josh is
people?
serious. I think this is Josh's thing. I think Josh wanted to do this for a while. I think that Josh
some
didn't know
evidence
how
of
he
that.
could continue to be Augie's co-host if he was doing it. Again, like, there's so many different ways this could go down. Even if Augie, like, and him
November
approached this entirely
2020.
differently.
If you're a man, wear a dress. That's some gay ass shit. But being gay is badass. So, all right, there's another one. This is 2 years later. We need to normalize all types of gender expression without judgment. Well, see, if I saw something like this, I'd be like, well, I mean, I didn't file the male monkey one, but I like if a straight man wants to wear a dress and a skirt, it should be able to without being seen as a gay or a fetish. Yeah, it's building. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I mean, it's so obvious he was just beating his own projection out on Tipster for like 8 consecutive months. As soon as Tipster came out as non-binary, not non-binary, pansexual, Bowblax went into overdrive. He just started going harder on him.
Yeah,
And we didn't understand
It's
why. 'Cause
projection,
it was
yeah.
such a, well, it was obviously projection in hindsight, but we were like, this is so antithetical to like Bowblax's public-facing gender takes. Right?
Yeah, I know.
This is the opposite of what he portrays himself as in every other setting. He sounds like Augie.
Yeah.
Tommy C, stop fucking eating! Stop eating on your mic! Why are you fucking eating, bro? You've been doing this for how long, you fucking old water-brained retard? Stop eating, dude!